Hey there, Scott Paradis here. Today I wanted to talk about our anchors. I'm on section 2 of the money game, and the focus here is about our need for power and control. And this is why ultimately we play and all want to play this taking game. If we can overcome our fear, we can change the games that we play and significantly change the reality that we experience. But I wanted to expand on our anchors. These are the things that hold us back. I like to think of our being in this life as we're like a helium balloon that is always constantly pulling for us to rise, for us to become more. But we have anchors holding us back. That's our resistance to this positive growth and change, and also why we become embroiled and sidelined by these crazy games. So, the first anchor, or all the anchors, you could put under one umbrella. That umbrella is fear. It's fear. We can just use that word, fear. That is our resistance to getting in the game, to playing the game, and to playing the game well, to become all that you truly have the potential to become, to be all that you are in your essence. But now I say I'm going to divide this element of fear, this resistance that we have from moving forward and either joining in the game, playing the game well, or even winning the game, is fear. But I'm going to break that into 4 component parts, which are our anchors. These are our anchors. The first one is this sense of separation. We have this good and bad, this feeling of autonomy, independence. We are separate from all that is and separate from each other. Now, that's just an illusion. That's not true. You and I are breathing the same air. We are experiencing the same reality. We are connected, intimately connected in ways we don't understand. However, we have this perception that we're separate. And being separate, we then are suspicious of others. And that causes us to have fear, which is this resistance to all the greatness that we can have in this life. The second element of my 4 anchors is this idea, which I've mentioned in the last segment a couple of days ago, about certainty. We crave certainty. The world is in motion, it's constantly changing. The game is dynamic. The adventure is awesome. But are we engaging in it? Are we doing what we can do, or are we resisting and holding ourselves back? We have this yearning for certainty. We want to know what tomorrow is going to bring. We want to know with certainty what the circumstances will be. When we can't know with certainty, which is the nature of this reality, we can never know for certain. But when we can't, we feel like we have to gain control of the situation. This is this drive toward power. I'm separate, so then I can have power over you. I need certainty, so if I can control the environment, the circumstances, and other people, if I can control the game, I can have certainty. Here's another, the third of our 4 is fear of loss. You see, what we think we have, what we consider what we own, what is ours, what we consider ours. Now, those are just ideas. Everything is temporary, everything's in motion. Nothing is really ours. It is ours to experience, but it is not ours to, in this idea of own and control. It's only temporary. We may control it for a short time, but it will move on as we will move on. But we have this psychological idea that we are going to lose something. We are going to lose something. And it's interesting, and I've mentioned this before, our nature is that we will fight harder to keep what we have than we will to gain something new, even if the something new is better than what we have. Because we have it, we feel like it is ours, which then has this identity of ours. And so we create fear. And so that we have to respond to that fear, which is, again, this striving for power, for control. Which brings me to our 4th anchor. Our 4th anchor, which is interestingly enough, it's this idea of conserving energy. Now, that's built into us as human beings. All creatures have this sense we don't have unlimited, or we don't have at our beck and call unlimited energy. We have to conserve our energy. So it's an instinct in us to conserve our energy. But how that plays out in the human dynamic is we tend to be complacent. We tend to laziness. We tend to look for the easiest route, no matter where it leads us. We always take the path of least resistance. Now, I might overstate that as a generalization, but if you look at us in general, we prefer to take the path of least resistance, no matter where it leads, to the difficult, what we perceive to be difficult path. So those are our four anchors, all under this umbrella of fear. So we have separation. You and I are separate, or at least that's what we perceive. That's not true, but that's what we perceive. So then if I gain control of you or you gain control of me, that puts you in a power position. We have this need for certainty. I want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. And to have that certainty, I need to gain control. Fear of loss, loss for what I already have, or at least believe I have control over. And then finally, this need to conserve energy, which causes us to take the path of least resistance. These are all under this umbrella of fear, which all ultimately cause us to play that taking game, that power accumulation game. And that game has implications for all of us. We could be, do, and have so much more if we weren't beating each other up over this acquiring power and control, playing that ultimately detrimental game. Now, it's not that it's not fun. We play because it's fun, but we could play a different game. It's up to us. This is what this entire project is all about, is getting us to see we are playing games. There is a making game that is fruitful and productive for everyone. Everyone benefits. We enlarge the pie. There's a taking game that is about seizing control and power. It's about dividing up the pie. But we are choosing to play these games. This is our choice. We can make a different choice. But to make that different choice, we must overcome fear. Okay, there you have it. Those are our anchors. There are anchors. Those are the things that hold us back. What do you think? Let me know what you think. This will help me as I shape this section of the book and move forward productively to make an impact, to begin to change people's perspectives, change how they look at the games that we play, and ultimately change the games we play for everyone's benefit. I'm looking forward to engaging with you some more, and I'll see you again soon.